How many springs does an official ball have in it?
How many springs? It doesn't have any springs in it.
Well, how does it bounce then?
It's air. There's air in the ball.
Well, there's air in the swim. How come the swim ain't bouncing?
Ragebait. To perform a specific thing, usually saying or doing something that deliberately enrages an individual or group of individuals for the explicit purpose of invoking a visceral reaction from them. Ragebait is a skill that every man or woman wishes to attain. The skill of pure determination that we will try to grasp and weaponize every day. But we may all start with small moments of successful ragebait, but we're not all born with the true refined skill of it. It is a skill we cannot gain until we try, fail, and retry again. Most people, when they start ragebaiting, will inevitably suck at it, even if some might start with a little less tact, and some others might start out actually believing their bait and trying to defend it dearly. It is a skill that takes many forms, and is to be honed and refined constantly. It is a skill that, if executed right, will become the most powerful tool in any man or woman's arsenal. The skill that only the realists know. The greatest form of ragebait. But not all ragebait is the same. There are many different, usually unsuccessful, types of ragebait one could do to their targets. Being a successful ragebaiter doesn't always mean you've done it well. It just means that you made someone mad. So there could be top tier ragebait and mid tier ragebait. Top tier ragebait is when you make someone mad as hell. I'm talking spitting, smashing big back fingers on that keys level of ragebait. This ragebait uses a comment or insult so outrageous that they can't have any possible comeback, meaning they have to accept their loss. This is the most universally agreed upon and used type of successful ragebait. This type of top tier ragebait is what I like to call the Los Pollos effect, pending trademark. I call it this because this level of ragebait is the things you see in Los' streams, so where he has to start banning people. This type of ragebait is seen in other streamers too though. Examples include low tier god streams or queso streams. This type of ragebait, I imagine, kinda goes like this. You see a susceptible target to ragebait, so you start typing.
If you ever enter the vicinity of Arlington, Texas, you will be obliterated and reduced to ashes.
Who's our little tubby?
You're the kind of person who's so large that you would consider standing up and getting out of bed an intense workout.
Get this guy back! Based on research, this type of ragebait tends to be most successful when the person is actually speaking. Usually, you only really use this kind of ragebait so that you can link it to what they're saying, so that they know you listened, but you don't care. This is the ragebait that only kind of gets one response though, so it kind of gets resolved when, you know, someone gets over that comment. So it's kind of deserving of like a strong 6 on the Fantanometer. But sometimes, the ragebait is so successful that the comment sticks in their head and they never want to talk to you again. The other kind of top tier ragebait is the one where you post an unpopular opinion online so the majority get tilted. This type of ragebait is only accessible in a specific time period where you either disagree or you are feeling malicious that day. The unpopular opinion kind of ragebait is only possible when A, the opinion is commonly agreed upon and most people will defend that stance, or B, your unpopular opinion is so unpopular enough that no one from the majority is likely to agree with you. Now, I've tested this kind of ragebait before, because in my previous video on Jujutsu Kaisen, I used a secret technique of purposefully not elaborating on my points so I could make people think I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, it worked. Most people fell for it a little too well.
Hell no, man.
But I still got views and comments. In my book, that's W Ragebait. Who Ragebait King? Me? I'm that guy. I just want more subscribers. My channel is small as hell. The bar is really low for me. I just want to be able to eat tomorrow. But let's move on to the worst type of ragebait. The mid-tier ragebait. Mid-tier ragebait is when you accomplish enraging another side, but it's entirely unintentional, so your take or comment was not meant to make them angry. Usually this takes form when you're in heated debate, but you're just so unfathomably dense. I'm talking denser than iridium levels of thick skull. You cannot understand or comprehend the argument of the other side that they just start getting mad. This is a terrible type of ragebait because this usually makes you look like a goof or a moron. Somebody like Cece or Lucia from the Kingsman situation is the example of it. However, this is still ragebait, so So, I mean, if it works, it works. If it gets my target to look like a bombastic blockhead bitch, then I ain't with it. Like, I could use this kind of rage bait when I be in one of those debates against those smart people with glasses, waiting for them to say something so smart I can't understand, and I hit them with the, but I'm right, until they get so mad they get red in the face and start blowing steam out their head. Bars. Finally, I have to mention the best type of rage bait. The most supreme level of rage bait that makes people stutter and quiver like they just saw a ghost. Rage bait so potent that Satan himself smiles upon it. A type of rage bait so incapable of failure that is comparable to LeBron's career. This is factual rage bait. Factual rage bait is the most perfect rage bait. Godly levels of rage will be acquired with almost all blood vessels in their head overflowing with blood. The way this king of rage bait works is by saying something so unpopular or so outrageous that people will respond. Once they do, you reply with nonchalant facts, responding in an hourly or daily fashion to show how little you care about their rambling. This kind of rage bait is a magnet for keyboard warriors because not only will they boost your engagement, but they will try to debunk you as well. And all you need to do is hit them with the, I'll just explain how it's wrong, and link them to the previous response. Men, women, children, they, thems, professional rage baiters themselves will get so heated just by a single late response that they turn into a tomato. Using this kind of rage bait lets you say whatever you want. You could justify murder, homicide, arson, literally all the fun crimes. And you get away with saying it. All because you have them facts. You don't need to explain more. You just show them with the facts, and you don't even use the other type of rage bait tactics I mentioned earlier. You could just keep them angry this way. You are not simply using rage bait. You are the rage bait. You hook so they can bite. You fish so they cannot swim. This is the ultimate kind of rage bait you should use, and you should use it wisely. Because this kind of power is a lot for one person to hold in the palm of their hand. If you want to use the power and the arts of the rage bait, you must remember that not everybody has the potential to be the best rage baiter or even a successful rage baiter. To use rage bait wisely means that you will become unlike any other. You will become the the master baiter. But sometimes people misuse these rage bait tactics for their own purposes or if they're in denial. This is when they just yap instead of rage bait. That's why they fall into the status of a chatterbaiter. I hope none of you people become like this. Anyway, this is the end of my TED Talk on rage bait. And in conclusion...
Time out. Y'all know, hold on, wait. Y'all know, y'all... Shut the fuck